Hi,
Sorry, ma'am.
no problem.
Okay, ma'am. I think it is only possible to each and every people, citizens of India, is implement the rules and regulations of our country.
Mhm.
Possible to eradicate. That means erase corruptions.
Mhm.
Ma'am.
But why are people not able to do that? Why do you think they are struggling to do that? Because
Yes,
otherwise we
ma'am.
would have no corruption now.
Because the system is implemented in colonialism
Mhm.
from the British India,
Mhm.
as well as the poverty is many more in comparison to other developed countries. So poverty is one of the reasons, as well as unemployment is another reasons.
Mhm.
So we have not come from corruptions.
Mhm. So how do you
I
think
think it is.
unemployment impacts corruption? What do you think is the connection between the two?
It is connections means if each and every citizens have a minimum enough salary, enough wealth,
Mhm.
it is obviously don't take corruptions and don't do uh, unnecessary work from
Mhm.
others.
Don't
I
take
think it is.
bribes and things like that.
Yes, 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 yes.
Mhm. So why is the government not helping? If it's unemployment, they can provide better salaries, better employment, better wage rates.
Yes, ma'am. Unemployment is only the reasons because industrial revolutions is still quite improve our country.
Mhm.
If already it is only it is the reasons unemployment industrial revolutions is developing now. Uh, Another reasons already we have industrial revolutions already developed. I think British era,
Mhm.
but only the reasons our industrial revolutions is destroyed by the British peoples.
Mhm.
So we have uh, another times pick up the industrial revolutions now.
Okay.
So
And do you think that
so
will help?
yes, yes, it is now improved,
Mhm.
and many more in the industries is visit and implemented in India, so that we have unemployment. It is quite slow.
Mhm.
I think 18% uh,
Okay.
rural and urban,
Mhm.
7.5% rural, 7.5% urban unemployment status, and 8 point something rural unemployment status present now.
Okay.
So
So
we
not
have
too high.
needed to improve. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said earlier that you think corruption is only middle level. It's not too high. It's not too low. Why do you say middle level? What does that involve? What does it include?
Uh, it is middle levels. I think I am declared the middle level in our country. It is comparison to other extraordinary corrupted countries.
Mhm.
So, and another one is we have global perception index. It is published by the Western countries. It is 151 rank in our
Okay.
country. Not
Mhm.
uh, too bad and
Mhm.
not good. So
Mhm.
it is a middle level. So I think I am declared in our country the middle level of corruption perception index according to the report. I am
Okay.
declared. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So some people feel that corruption is necessary at some levels. Do you agree? Do you think it's necessary?
I think I think disobey, ma'am. I think it is a very un. Uh, it is not a perfect word to
Hmm.
need the corruptions in our India, in
Hmm.
our country. So it is if a country is developed, and we have I think it is I have dream our country one day it is surpass the Americans,
Mm.
surpass China.
Hmm.
It is possible. It is only reasons we have in third place.
Hmm.
Only reasons I think corruptions and untouchability we have already eradicated from the all over the country.
Hmm.
It is another one is the equal status of all over the peoples.
Hmm.
That means woman is not perfect strategy. Perfect equal status is not provided in our country.
Hmm.
Another one of the reasons, and and employment status, unemployment and industrials is not properly implemented in our
Mhm.
country. It is another one of the reasons, so
Mhm.
that we can middle stage. Definitely, we have surpassed the Western countries as well as South Asian Asia,
Mhm.
China, particularly China. We have developed, surpassed in futures within the 10 days, 10 years.
Mhm.
Sorry, 10 years.
The last 10 years, yeah. That's true. We
Yes,
have
yes,
come a long way. Okay, so I have a question, Anand. Now,
yes.
as a lay person, as someone who has nothing to do with any government organization, I'm not part of any government body or anything. If I want to get some work done, sometimes there is no option but to, there will be some kind of fee, some kind of bribe, something involved, some corruption at every level when you want to get something done. What does a person like me do? If he says you have to pay me money, what do I do? I can't say no. If I say no, I won't get my work done. If I say yes, then I'm contributing to corruption. So what is my choice? What do I do? When people like me, people at that level, if we don't know the rules or we don't have a police person on our side, what does someone like us do?
That means, ma'am, people's give corruptions. It is not uh, uh, willfully. It is take the corruptions from the forcefully,
Mm-hmm.
because they need to work.
Mm-hmm.
I think in corruptions is give to the government employees as well as some particular organizations
Mm-hmm.
to do the extraordinary work
Mm-hmm.
in other countries. But in India, we give the corruption, we give the bribe and corruptions to do the self work, to do the
Yes.
if it, yes. I think it is, we have provided the corruptions in government agencies and organizations to do their own work.
Mm-hmm.
We have give the corruption
So
in,
how do we
that
fix
means
that
in India.
problem? How do we fix that problem?
It is fix the problems. I think intelligence agency,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the intelligence agency is implemented strictly,
Mm-hmm.
and strict severe policies is needed to the uh, needed to implement for corruptions, against the
Mm-hmm.
corruptions. That means if any persons to give or take bribe and corruptions, uh, we have created the website and
Mm-hmm.
applications website. We have nowadays, it is technology developed countries. I
Mm-hmm.
think we have all the peoples equipped mobiles and using internet.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays, using the technology for against the corruptions,
Mm-hmm.
uh, definitely we have eradicated the problems in future.
Okay, in the future, yes, but until then, so do you think that people should be given some awareness? Like, for example, I don't know that there is a website for corruption and an application to do. No one told me that information. So, how do we inform people? How do we make them aware that?
I think, ma'am, I think using the technology, that means if I have, for examples, I am going to the some government offices and take the corruptions. I am definitely, I am not in ignore, because my work is very important, so that
Mhm,
I give the situations to give
mhm,
the corruptions. But I have do another way using the against the corruptions. But that means I am give the corruptions and watch and research and the particular persons and I know particular office names and
mhm.
address or particular person's names, take the
Okay.
corruptions.
Mhm,
uh, I have provided the website which is developed by the government and monitoring the government of India and the government of the particular states,
mhm,
uh, in apologies. That means without contact details of the some personals.
mhm,
I provide the address of the office, take the
mhm.
corruptions and particular person's names,
Okay.
particular date, time. I am give the status of the corruptions. Particular persons asked me and take my corruptions bribe for the
Mhm.
particular reason of the work. So
Okay.
uh, in futures, particular office, the same office, uh, in future filter in futures, government agency filter the status of the corruptions list.
Mhm,
If any list, if any address of the office
mhm,
more than 2 or 3 complaint
Mhm.
received by the office, definitely monitoring and implement the vigilance agency
Mhm.
against the office, so that
Okay.
in futures, I think in my opinions, many more bureaucrats in India nowadays working, and different talented peoples in government offices. So in my opinions, that means.
Okay. And what kind of punishment do you think people, not punishment, but what is the consequence of someone taking a bribe? How should they be handled? Now, say I give someone a bribe, I put in the application, I complain about that person. What should the government do with that employee or that individual?
Uh, I think it is a severe punishments, not a suspensions. I watched the newspapers and videos of from online sources. Particular agencies asked corruptions, take the corruptions. But if I found
Mm.
guilty, if I found guilty against the persons, they punished for suspension from his service, government service. It is not quite. It is not. See, particular punishment. It is not a need uh, fulfillment of the punishment status. I need definitely, if a person's asked, found guilty against the corruptions, definitely remove the service. One
Mm.
of the main punishments, because corruptions is very important, very uh, needed to remove nowadays.
Mm.
So severe punishment is needed to remove the corruptions in
Mhm.
futures.
Okay. All right. And is this an area you would be interested in working on?
Uh, what now?
Is this an area you would be interested in working on? Would you, in the future, like to do something about it, or?
Yes, ma'am. I'm definitely very interested to do the work against the
Mhm.
corruptions, and all over the to develop our. I think any level of series of work
Mhm. Mhm.
for developing status, I will definitely serious to implement my full effort the particular work.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Not only against the corruptions, I needed to implement the category relaxations, that I needed to giving the special status of relaxations, third gender of peoples. I need
Okay.
very seriously. I would like to give the special status and special category relaxations in government office for third gender peoples. Is my opinions, ma'am.
That would be a
Not a
great thing. I think they
SC/ST,
would
OBC.
appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. I think SC/ST, OBC, generally it is not a it is a perfect.
Mhm.
It is always perfect.